Hi guys! So today I'm just going to be doing something a little bit different, but with this channel I kind of wanted to have things be a little bit different, not always just be cleaning videos. I find it kind of boring when that's all somebody uploads. So I thought I'd bring in some other passions of mine, and one of that is reading. So I'm going to be doing a book haul today. This was not all purchased at once. It was actually purchased in a few months. So don't get crazy. It's not all at once. I just haven't read any of them yet. So let's go ahead and begin. The first book is called A Winter's Promise, and I might have bought this just for the cover. But basically, it's a fantasy novel, and I'm on chapter 2. I started this like a month ago, and I haven't really picked it back up. It's basically just a fantasy about a girl named Ophelia, and she possesses special gifts, and she has to get married, so she travels, and yeah, just kind of a basic fantasy novel. The next one is Beowulf, and I know a lot of people have read this. And why I bought this is because it's J.R.R. Tolkien's version of Beowulf. So it has his translation, and it also has, I think it has like an essay. It has like commentary in the back too. But what happened with this is I'm actually taking a fantasy class at the moment in my college. So we did read Beowulf, and then we also read J.R.R. Tolkien's The Hobbit, or no, it was Lord of the Rings. We read like an excerpt of Lord of the Rings. But I think J.R.R. Tolkien is a really fascinating author. I haven't read all of his books yet. I've read a couple chapters of Lord of the Rings, but I do like the films. But I thought it'd be interesting just to see he was a literature author, not literature, teacher, literature professor out of college, and yeah. And so I wanted to see what this book was about. I do like Beowulf. I think it's a really classic novel and something that you guys all should read, and I'm also into writing, and so if that can help my writing, then hey. The next one is by V.E. Schwab, and it's called The New Witch. I may have bought this because of the cover, again. It's white, and it has a pretty bird on it. I really like it. But V.E. Schwab, I've heard really good things about. She is, again, a fantasy author. I'm in a fantasy class. Kind of had a thing here. And I think this was her first novel, and then it got unpublished, and then they republished it, and this is like the new cover. It also has Barnes & Noble has a special cover for it as well. But anyways, so this one is about it says the New Witch is only an old story told to frighten children. If the wind calls at night, you must not listen. The wind is lonely and always looking for company. There are no strangers in it. There are no strangers in the town of Near. So basically, that's like a thing. And then it says, these are the truths Lexi has heard all of her life. But when an actual stranger, a boy who seems to fade like smoke, appears outside her home on the moor at night, she knows that at least one of these sayings is no longer true. So, yeah. And then apparently people start disappearing, and she tries to get to the bottom of it, and it sounds like a really good book. She apparently is a really good author. I'm really excited to get into it. Okay, don't judge me. I am a huge ancient history fanatic, a nerd. I love it all. And so I've been wanting to get some ancient Egyptian books for a really long time. I love Egypt. I know a lot about it. But I also kind of wanted to write a book about ancient Egypt. Not like an actual like published book, but something to do in my spare time, something fun to do. So I got Ancient Egypt everyday life in the land of the Nile. And this is basically like a textbook. I wanted information about every day in Egypt, what gods, it has pharaohs of the New Kingdom, when the dates, the dynasty. It has a really good, kind of like a textbook. I wanted facts. I wanted a textbook. And it's not going to be a fun read, as you guys can kind of see. It's not going to be fun to read, but I do love Egypt. And to me, Egypt is so fascinating. It's so much fun to learn about. I'm kind of debating if I want to know how to write hieroglyphic. Is that how you say it? Hieroglyphics? No. Why am I thinking that? What do you call that? Why am I blanking? I think it's hieroglyphics. I think I'm saying it odd. Why am I saying it odd? I don't know. But I'm excited. Something to do. I really, really like Egypt. So, yeah. The next one, again, is a book I bought. Number 1 for the cover, number 2 for the title. And it's called An Affair of Poison. I don't know if you guys can see that. I have a really bright light on right now. But it's really pretty. It's gold. It has this pretty little thing. It's like a flower with a crown. And it says, "No one looks kindly on the killer of a king." So it's 17th century France. So again, I'm a history buff. I love history. And I kind of got into Marie Antoinette. I know a lot about her life now. And I just woke up one day and I was like, I'm obsessed with Marie Antoinette. I'm not anymore. So I wanted to know everything about her. So that's what I did, is I researched, and I got really into 17th century France. And around that time, I bought this book because I was like, oh, I'm really into that right now. Let's go ahead and do like a thing. Ooh, there's a quote that says, "My laboratory reeks of death." Everyone's gonna think I'm a psycho. These books are not, like, fantasy definitely has a type. I definitely have a type of books I like. Granted, I do love like a good romance novel, just like a good contemporary novel. I have a lot of those and a lot of books that I read too, but at the moment I'm kind of liking the death and the drama of fantasy right now. So, and then the next book is going to be, it's a huge book. I don't know how fast I'll be able to read this. That's huge. That's huge. That's like my hand. That's huge. Like, hi. But it's called The Priory of the Orange Tree. And it has a really cool cover. Again, huge. So this basically says it's a female version of Game of Thrones. And I've read the first and the second book of Game of Thrones, and I like them. I like the books. But he will spend like 5 pages describing one sword. And I can't get into that. I'll be like, I've been reading about this for the past 5 pages. Like, I want the plot. Like, I love good description. And I think there's such a good art in that. And I love being able to taste the food and to see the thing. And I think that's beautiful. But when it goes on 5 pages, can't do that. But anyway, The Priory of the Orange Tree, I'm actually reading at the moment. It's my book I'm reading. I'm on page 25. I don't have a lot of energy anymore to read. But anyway, I'm excited. It's a little bit confusing right now, but I think it's going to be really good. It has that aspect of this character and this character and this chapter is this person and things like that. So it's a little bit confusing learning all the main characters right now, and things are going on. So I'm excited to see how it goes. I actually saw this on Instagram on Victoria Schwab's. It's SCHW. No, not on Victoria Aveyard's Instagram. So I saw her reading it. It looked really good. I kind of just got into it because of that. So I bought it. I did have a gift card, guys. I did get a gift card for Christmas. I got 2. So that's kind of what. I also have a Barnes & Noble account, so I do get a discount. And then the last one is another V.E. Schwab. And I just want to get into her books. I think she's a great author. And this is called A Darker Shade of Magic. And I think this is one of her like classic books. And I'm on page 13 apparently. And it has like magic. It's in like a fantasy London, like a alternate London. It says white London. Red London and white London. So red and white, but that's black and red. So, I don't know, maybe there's a black London too. I think he can travel in time. He's a smuggler. Grey London, there's a Grey London. I don't know. I just know that this is a really good book people love and that she's a good author. So, I wanted to get more into classic fantasy. I've been reading a lot of when I was like a teenager, I would read a lot of YA fantasy. And there's just a difference in fantasy and YA fantasy. Not that YA fantasy isn't good, it's just I'm growing out of it. I don't really like the authors. I think there's a lot of drama going on in YA right now. So I think a lot of it in YA might be self-insert. And things like that I've noticed with the authors. So. But that was my haul. I'm actually going to be doing a video on my favorite self-help books. I've been actually focusing on my mental health and my physical health lately of this year, and so I didn't include those books into this haul, but I am reading a really good book that I want to recommend. So if you want to see that, go ahead and link that. Go ahead and leave me a comment in the bottom bar below. Go ahead and subscribe if you want to see more content from me. I do cleaning videos and just kind of random videos like this. So yeah, also if you heard a noise, that was Alice chewing her bone while I recorded this. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.